Hey everybody. Last week I made this custom wig form because I have a wig that I wanted to cut and my head was much larger than this mannequin's head. I took a video and ran you through this technique of making a mold of your head and then stuffing it and attaching it to the mannequin. This week we need to actually put a wig on her, style her up, and give her a haircut. I know I promised that the next time you saw her, she'd be getting a haircut. So today I'm going to run you through the process of getting the wig on the block in order to prep her for the haircut. And we're gonna work our way up to it. Anytime you attach a wig to a head form, whether it's a mannequin head form or a wig block, it's called blocking a wig. That's what I'm gonna show you, is how to block a cheap wig today. So I've got my stand here. The nice thing about having done this with the tracing of my hairline, especially the sideburns in front of the ears and the hairline here, is these give me reference points for where the wig needs to sit, and that's really going to help me block it. Here's my wig. It needs some help, and it's on a head form that is much smaller than this one. The whole goal of blocking the wig is to securely attach the wig without damaging it so that you can cut it, shape it, style it, wash it, or otherwise groom it, or store it even. This is a very cheap wig. Even though the lace has been cut off at the front, it's still a lace front wig. As you can see the weft, it's almost like extensions that are built into it. Right here, it's just the weft on some ribbon, and then it goes on to some finer mesh, and eventually works into this lace, which you can see through, and the hairs are tied a few at a time on the inside. Normally a lace front should extend past the hairline. The lace is literally meant to disappear into your skin. This wig has bangs, and so they're covering up that hairline anyway. If you had a full lace front wig, you would not block it the way that I'm doing today, because you really need to preserve that lace. Most of the procedure stays the same though. You want to try to make sure that there's not a bunch of hair inside the wig. And with any wig, you're gonna start here in the front, especially with your lace front wigs, so that you can gently but securely attach it at the forehead and then pull down in the back. I'm going to try to center this best I can and make sure I've got my hairline drawings right here. And I wanna make sure that my front is just a little bit past that hairline. Now typically you would not stick a pin through the lace. On a wig like this, I would want to stick the pin through the weft. So just to get me started, these are literally straight pins that you would use in sewing. You can use these T-pins, or what people usually use for wigs. You can get them at the beauty supply store. And I'm just putting one right here just to keep my wig from sliding too far back while I'm starting to center it. As I come around here to the side, I can see that little curve. This should be right in front of the ear. And you can see this is the ear curve in my sideburn area. So we're right about where we need to be. Once again, I'm not pinning through the lace. I'm going to pin through the weft right there. I try to use pins that are contrasting colors with the hair so that they're easier to find and remove when it's time to unblock the wig. So this wig needs to turn and stretch a little. Once again, there's my ear, this is my hairline, that's the sideburn, and this is my sideburn piece. And a lot of wigs have a little tab or maybe some contrasting color in the back center so that you can make sure that they're centered. This one has a little piece of gray hair. That lets me know where the center is, and I'm gonna make sure I pull that down. So I have this point, and that point secured. This is not a particularly fragile wig. This is not a particularly expensive wig. So I'm okay with putting in one pin at a time. If you're pinning a lace front wig, you're gonna do this through ribbon. You would never just put one in there and do all your manipulating. You need to put several in so you don't tear that lace. So that front is looking right about where it needs to be. Left to right, she's looking good. And I just need to make sure this isn't looking too crazy. I'm gonna put that pin back in. And in the case of this wig and what we're using it for, I'm not going to pin it all the way to the front. This wig is kind of sparse and you can see the weft literally past the hairline right there. So every few inches around the hairline, I'm putting a new pin. Right through the weft that this hair is made out of. You can see my hairline right here. And that is exactly what this wig is following. The reason I prefer to use the straight pins rather than the T-pins is because they come back out of the hair a lot easier. The T-pins sometimes you almost feel like they get tangled up in the wig. So now I have this line of pins all around, making sure that the outline of the wig is just on or just past the hairline that I drew on my custom made form. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow for the next step where we make sure and style the hair and get it in a neutral position before we actually cut it. See you then. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you saw and you want to see some more, go ahead and check out some of my other videos. Feel free to share with any of your nerdy friends. Click the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Let me know what else you want to hear about. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.